Wonderful stadium, home of the local football club and athletics club. The first final of the evening. We've already seen who is the fastest over the flat 400. Now we'll find out who can do it fastest over 10 hurdles.
On your marks.
So Moraro looking to do what Ayamide Foloronso did, retain the title. The Italian did it in 2017 and then on home soil in 2019.
Set.
Away we go. A gold medal on the line as they head towards the first hurdle of 10 around this track. All of the crowd, most of the crowd at least, will be cheering on Yasmin Amadacho in the inside lane. And it's a fairly even break, although now going down the back straight, Sara Marto in the white and red of Hungary is beginning to make up ground on Moraro outsider. The champion at the moment, just one out from the end, is looking at Michelle Smith. She's a good rabbit to have herself. Inside, Van Niekerk moving well in the green and gold of South Africa. And inside her, the Australian. Bennett's also running well. Off the bend, though, here comes the defending champion. It's going to be another victory for Italy. They've won this title 4 times in a row. Michelle Smith takes the silver medal, and Sara Marto will have to make two with the bronze for the second World University Games running. Italy continue their domination of this event. 54.6 is the winning time. A new lifetime best for Alice Moraro to go with her second gold medal. So a wonderful result for Moraro and the University of Verona. She ran 55.48 to win her first title, and she has gone nearly a second faster to win her second. Michelle Smith gets a historic medal for the US Virgin Islands in silver. Sara Marto the bronze again, and a new personal best for Yasmin Amadacho as well.
We have the next finalists lining up for the 110 metres hurdle.
Tension building. There is spectators in all 4 corners of the stadium tonight. That's the most we've had this week. Interest building. Andre Barnard, outside of Higuchi, the South African from the Independent Institute of Education in Pretoria. Semi-finalist, the World Juniors. Colby Eddowes of Australia, 22-year-old, who is part of the collegiate system in the USA. He was in the decathlon in 2023, but didn't finish. Now he's in the 110-metre hurdles final. He'll be hoping to finish here. The fastest man in the field, Tatsuki Abe in lane 4 from the Juntendo University. Third at the National Championships at the beginning of July. Outside him, from Chinese Taipei, Lin Yi Kai of the National Taiwan Sports University. 6th in the Asian Games final this year. Angel Diaz of Spain, 25 years old, oldest in the field, from the Complutense University of Madrid. Finally, a big final for him. 2 youngsters on the outside, J.F. LaRue from South Africa, from the NWU Pirka. The national champion, won back in April though. And 20-year-old Ryan Serrano Christopher from Rutgers, the State University of New Jersey, in his first major championships abroad, and he's made it all the way to the final, Christopher Serrano.
10.
No start in track athletics is more important than that for the 110-metre hurdles, as it could all go wrong so quickly. Lin has got it right and is coming through, but here comes Abe, the Japanese. The Australian has hit one. Abe's there. Abe's going to take it. Japan keep the title. Mondre Barnard, I think, came through for the silver medal. And Diaz Rodriguez thinks that he's got something on this near side for Spain. Abe's been told from the sidelines that he's won it. And indeed he has, 13.47. Couple of tenths outside his personal best, but it doesn't matter. It's the gold that matters today, not really how fast you do it in. Angel Diaz Rodriguez has ducked underneath there to get the silver. And Barnard does indeed get a medal. 3/7,000ths of a second between silver and bronze. Tasuki Abe has won the latest title in 13.47. A tenth of a second or so ahead of Angel Diaz Rodriguez, and Mondre Barnard completing the podium. We look down on the start for the women's 800 metres final. It was a belting race 2 years ago. Pellicoro winning the gold by just over a tenth of a second. Only half a second between the top three. Can Sian Swart of South Africa finish the job today? 2 laps of the track. And Sian has gone off very fast on the inside for India. Four women have gone underneath 2 minutes in their lives this year. It's going to be a cracking race. Veronica Vancaro is one of those, and she's gone up behind the Spaniard Daniela Garcia-Tena, who is one of those who would like to just knock a couple of tenths off their lifetime best, but they would like to get gold even more. Svart on the outside. Bronze medalist 2 years ago. She knows what it's like to race in a big race like this. Can she use that experience, that disappointment, if you like, of not quite getting the gold? They come round, it's quick, it's 1 minute, exactly. It's actually not a bad time to set. It's the Spaniard, though, Garcia, who leads. Spain looking for a first champion at 800 metres. And they are queuing up, they're moving out, looking for the right place to break. The German, they're almost in lane 4, Smila Kolbe. Breaking round the bend. Vancaro has it at the moment from Switzerland. But here comes the Italian, Eloisa Koiru. Tena Garcia on the inside. It's going to be Italy or Switzerland. Koiru coming past. Italy are going to win again. Koiru takes it. Vancaro gets the silver. And Garcia-Tena the bronze. And another title gets taken by the same country, but with a different athlete that won it 2 years ago. 1:59.84. Very consistent lapping between the first and the second. (1:58.64), she said, in Rabat in the Diamond League. She was only 8th that day, but she's first today in 1:59.84 ahead of Veronica Vancaro and Daniela Garcia-Tena. That was a terrific race. And the 1,500 metres for men comes to a conclusion with the final here. They're all over at the end of the first bend, ready for the 3 3/4 laps of this Lourdes Stadion. Here we go. The 1,500 metres, one of the blue ribboned events. Some of the greats of distance running have won this title in the past. Said Owita started his magnificent career in 1981, whilst Bernard Lagat, the Kenyan who later became a great American, won the last time the World University Games took place on German soil in 1989. There's perhaps no surprise with the way he was behaving after the semi-final that Titouan Le Gris de la Salle from France wants to impose himself on this final. Silva Pereira right there with him. South African Keanu Domingo. And Johannes Munich, I think it actually is, who is furthest forward. There's the Canadian Jonathan Podbielski in the grey and red of Canada, just being overtaken by the Spaniard Paul Auriac. One of only 3 men in the race that have gone underneath 3:33 for this distance. At the back is the American Harrison Witt. Everybody, though, still there. They're going to come round with 2 laps to go. The fuse has not really been lit yet on this race. They're all kind of looking at each other. They're all waiting when to go. And there are 2 laps left to go. It's Le Gris de la Salle still leading, as he has done since the beginning of the race. But really, it's much of a muchness, for everybody is there. Now, finally, the American is the one who's going to pull the trigger. Harrison Witt round the outside. 22-year-old trying to get past Le Gris de la Salle, but the Frenchman won't let him. Still looking very ominous. Silva Pereira, the fastest man on paper, and the Portuguese is looking very comfortable indeed. Sam Charig of Great Britain now moving up round the outside, and all the way out is the Australian Adam Goddard. Like the Brit in his first major championships, and now they start to jostle because they're approaching the bell. They can't afford anymore not to keep going. Here they come, they're out in lane 4 now, the Spaniard. The bell goes, it's up for grabs. Everybody in the field is in contention for this gold medal. Le Gris de la Salle has run it from the front, but not really to stretch out the pack. But now he goes, 300 meters to go, being followed by Harrison Witt, who was at the back earlier on. Round the outside comes a whole host of characters, to be quite honest with you. Le Gris de la Salle is still there. Second, Silva Pereira. Poland's Filip Ostrowski is trying to come round the outside. He's coming up to me perfectly placed, but it's Pereira in the right place. Le Gris de la Salle, though, has run it from the front, but here comes Ostrowski. Ostrowski's going to come past, and Ostrowski's going to take gold for Poland. Le Gris de la Salle takes silver, and it's the great British athlete, Sam Charig, who comes through to take the bronze. Ostrowski knew that victory was coming. He knew no one was going to catch him. He couldn't suppress the smile any further. And Le Gris de la Salle couldn't suppress his frustration anymore after crossing the line in second. Confirmation of gold for Filip Ostrowski, silver for Titouan Le Gris de la Salle in second, and Sam Charig of Great Britain taking the bronze ahead of Paul Auriac. The women's 200 meters, ready to go. No Nicola Horowska, she didn't make it past the semi-finals, so this is the lineup for the final. Esperanza Cladera Gil, a 23-year-old. Semi-finalist at the European Championships last year, won by Mujinja Kambonji. Inside her, Italy's Victoria Fontana. 8th in the relay squad of the World Championships in 2022 in Eugene. The 100-meter junior European champion in 2019. This is Leone Puente, 4 national titles and a European Under-23 championship, bronze medalist in a relay squad, but she would like here to get some individual glory. Dalia Kadari. The Italians are having a great night. They've got 2 chances of goal here. This one is probably the best of them. Under-23 European champion from 2021 has a series of good performances in relays. Brooke Ironside, 4th in the national championships earlier this year in her first major championships. She had a terrific semi-final, the 22-year-old. She goes in lane 4. 5th in the final 2 years ago in Chengdu, just 0.2 of a second behind the coveted bronze. Christy Edwards has another chance for Australia to put that right. And on the inside for Italy, but racing for a Swiss university, fastest in the heats, but a fastest non-automatic qualifier for the final, Iris Caligiuri. Another who has a medal in her pocket in a relay squad, but would like a medal for herself. I missed out Kologu Sila, 20 years old, first major championships. Coach has gone to find a solitary space to sit in. He's obviously nervous.
On your marks.
It was a Polish 1-2 2 years ago. No Pole in the final this time around. New champion and a new country will be crowned in Bochum Wattenscheid.
Set.
Away we go, and looking for the fastest break is 3 from the outside is Leone Puente of Switzerland, bursting forward. She hasn't matched her 22.72 personal best this season, but she's flying round the bend and she's in front. They're all around her though, the 2 Italians chasing her down, and on the outside is Vittoria Fontana. Fontana against the Puente. Fontana gets it at the line. Overreaching Leone Puente. She just felt the pressure of the Italian getting closer to her, centimetre by centimetre. .72.79, if I can see straight there. The first time that she's gone under 23 seconds this year, and she's dropped her lifetime best by almost 0.2 of a second. That's the equivalent to going 2 meters faster than she's ever gone before. But the gold medal is heading back to the boot of Europe. Vittoria Fontana with a lifetime best of 22.79 to beat Leone Puente to the silver medal. What a night it's been, and it will continue with the men's 200 meters final, and possibly the crowning of a double for South Africa's Bayanda Waratza. This is Adria Alfonso Madero of Spain. He was 3rd fastest in the semis. He would like to add a global title to his 3 national ones. Inside him, though, is the man who's the favourite. 20.08, the man from the Tshwane University of Technology, already the 100 metres champion, was 2nd fastest in the semi-finals. 19-year-old is greedy for more gold. Across the border, though, is Daniel Magogo from Zimbabwe. Desperate to get over the disqualification he suffered in the 100 metres. He goes in lane 6. But the man they'll all have to beat was the man who was fastest in the semis. South Korea's Lee Jae-seong will go in lane 5, looking to add an individual title to a trio of medals he's taken as part of a relay squad. Eckhart Poltgieter of South Africa, another man who knows what it's like to win medals as part of a quartet. He too looking for some individual silverware, but he'd rather have gold. He goes in lane 4. Next to him is the second youngest in the field, Australia's Aidan Murphy. Heats in the last 2 World Championships, now a final at the World University Games. Next to him, for comfort, is another Australian. Semi-finals in both the 100 and the 200 2 years ago in Chengdu. Now he's in the final. Christopher Ayers is planning for higher. And a man who will be breathing a huge sigh of relief. One of the favourites to get through to the final needed a little help. But Animesh Kujur of India has been given his wild card, if you like. He got through as one of the fastest non-automatic qualifiers. The bronze medalist from this year's Asian Championships can't afford to make another mistake like he did in the semis. So, is he really a supernatural person, as he believes he is? Bayanda Walatsa, part of the silver medal quartet for South Africa at last year's Olympic Games, where they set the area record. We'll look forward to the South African relay squad later in the week. But for now, it's all about Walatsa against Lee. And maybe Alfonso Madero. Kajur 1, Ayers in 2, Murphy 3, Potgieter in 4, Lee in 5, Magogo in 6, Walatsa in 7, Alfonso Madero in 8. Away we go, the final of this day's athletics, and it has been lightning, but out of going lightningly quick is Bayanda Walatsa from lane 7. He's going to come round in the lead. Look at this, he's streaking away. Can the others come back? On the inside, Christopher Ayers is trying, and also Keller, but it's going to be a double for the South African. Bayanda Walatsa. Magnificent. And he replicates what Paulo Andre de Oliveira did in Naples in 2019 by getting the sprint double. 20.63. Adria Alfonso Madero came through to take the silver medal in what was an incredibly tight blanket finish for the minor medals. Lee, in the end, will get the bronze. So then there is your podium. Bayanda Walatsa with a double, winning in the 200 metres in 20.63 ahead of Adria Alfonso Madero, second and silver medal, 700ths of a second behind, and then 500ths of a second back to Lee Jae-sung, who took the bronze medal